Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So you guys, today's video is our April budget. Let's jump right in. So if you're new around here, hey you guys, how y'all doing? My name's Shakema. I'm a single mom. I have 4 children. I have 2 girls, Shakema and Alana, 2 boys, Trandon and Jackson. We have 1 fur dog, her name is Gracie, and I also have a fur grand dog, his name is Acro. We're living our best Dave Ramsey life around here, you guys. And we're doing all the things. I mean, all of the things. So, April. April is a tight month because for the first time in, y'all, it's been 12 years at least that I have not had a car payment. And guess what Shakema has now? A car payment. We knew that we needed to make some changes. Probably the latter part of last year, 2020, we started having issues with our car. We would have little things here and there, but it really wouldn't be anything that would, you know, I had money, I'd get it fixed, blah, blah, blah. But when you get to a point where you're just tossing money into it and not recouping anything out of it, it was just like, you know what? We got to do something different. And I wanted to wait until the end of this year, to the end of 2021. I wanted to see how much I could save over the 12-month period and put that money into a car. However, not so. We ended up in March just having some more issues and then just some other things that came up. And it was like, you know what? This is not going to be good for me or the kids. I drive a lot. They have Taekwondo. Last night, took Alana to a youth group thing. I mean, we're all over the place. And so I needed reliable transportation. And for me, that was putting what money I had saved. First of all, that was getting counsel. You know, I messaged my sister. I messaged my pastor. I messaged my daughter. I was like, look, y'all, this is where I am. This is what I got. You know, this is what I'm facing. What's your thoughts? And everybody came back with, you, that car's been good to you, but you need a new car. And knowing that the kids and I drive a lot, we have 253,000 miles on that car. I just needed to make a different decision. And so through the grace of God and by his hand, I know it was by his hand, the kids and I found a 2013 Toyota Camry. The kids and I, it's always about the kids and I. Found a 2013 Toyota Camry. And what I did was went over, checked it out, put a deposit on it so that they could pull it off the market or out of the system to hold for me, secured financing through my state employees credit union. And then the very next day went over and made the transaction. So that puts me in April 29th, actually having my very first car payment. Now, my car payment is $292. And you guys, I did my spreadsheet and didn't even put the car payment in because I just haven't even thought about it. It just hasn't been something that I thought about. The other thing, and I almost didn't tell you guys this, but listen, Shakema's going to tell you all the things. I'm going to be very transparent, right? So when I got my utility bill this past month, it was $221. And I'm looking at that thing like, what in the world are these kids doing around here with all these lights on and everything? Don't turn on any lights. And I'm like, well, when I went to pay the bill yesterday, because I paid it yesterday on the 1st, it says $221 with a past due amount of $119.51. Now, you guys, I know I paid that light bill last month. I know I did. But what I figured out, or what I think might have happened, is I went on the website to pay it and maybe it didn't process through something. You know, I always get my confirmation numbers. I don't know why I didn't get a confirmation number last time or put it in. So the bill was $92 is actually what the bill was. And I think I got like a little few dollar late fee charged in there or something, because I knew I had seen $92 was the bill. But I'm thinking, now how did it go from $92 to $221 with a past due balance? So anywho, we took care of that, no problem. I don't like to not pay bills, but like I said, I thought I went in, did all the things, and it must have not processed through. Sometimes that's happened to me once before, like a long time ago. Just their website was acting crazy, or maybe I tried to pay it on my phone and I was at work and it didn't go through. I mean, I don't know. But the money was there and I was able to make sure it processed through with no problem. But for the month of April, I mean, y'all, it's as tight as it has ever been for us, which, you know, it is what it is. But I have a car payment now. And so I've got to figure out on my spreadsheet, I'm looking in the transportation part. I've got to make some changes to one of these categories so I can make space for for a car payment that I've never not had before. Y'all, it be a whole situation when you haven't had a car payment and you're like, oh my word. And that's going to be an auto debit from my checking account. But now remember, I don't plan to carry this debt. So I have my stimulus came through. That was $4,200. We put $420 to tithe, and then we put $3,780 in the savings. I had $2,500 already in the savings. I actually had a little bit more, but I ended up having to do a quick repair on the car, and another repair was going to cost another $1,000. No, ma'am. So, I had that, and so I'm going to make that car payment out of that car fund money, but then I'm going to take that chunk and actually chunk it onto the car payment, like the big payment. So I think I may even do that today. Because I can go by the bank with no problem, or I can call with no problem. Same, no problem. So I think I'm going to do that today to get, and just so I just want to see that number go down. I just want to see that $12,885 go down to $6,000 and whatever. I'm still waiting on my income tax. So as soon as my income tax comes back, it was $2,700. We are going to, of course, take 10% off of that. That will be a offering because we've already tithed off of our income. So that will be an offering. And then what I will do is take the remainder of that and chunk it to the car payment. I'm waiting for a supplement that I get at the end of April, which will be for my May budget. But that supplement that comes at the end of April, I'll take that chunk and put it onto the car payment. And then, fingers crossed, we're waiting to see if the governor's one-time teacher bonus of $2,000 is going to come through. If that comes through, I'm going to take that and chunk it to the car. And then in our county, they are giving us an extra bonus in May of $1,000. So whatever comes off after taxes and tithe, I will take that and chunk it to the car. That should put me very, very close to paying off the car. Very close to paying off the car, which means that within a matter of 45, 60 to 90 days at the latest, that I would have paid off that car. Y'all pray for me. Google AdSense is looking good this month. It's looking great this month, actually. It's the first time since the year began that I'm seeing it move move up from where it was. Last month we were at 605 and some change. This month for April, it's looking so much better. And we are thankful for anything because there were times we didn't make any money. So, hey, praise God. Hallelujah. All the things. But anywho, I'm going to jump into this budget because y'all, it's a little bit rough because I forgot some stuff. And I got to go back up here and put in some stuff for Jackson that I forgot for Taekwondo because they have a tournament this month. So let me see. I need to insert a note. This is tuition, camp deposit is $49. Okay. And then tournament. All right, so I need all right, so it's going to be really tight this month, just with all the things that have to come out. Now, I do have the flexibility for some of the bills. I like to pay all of my bills on the first of the month, but some of them are not due until middle month or, latter couple of days of the month. So I've got some flexibility in here. Definitely waiting on child support this month. I never like to depend on that, but there are some things that have to be paid. And of course, I pay Taekwondo up front, and then I try to recoup anything that comes in after, and then just put it towards whatever needs to be paid. So also, in full disclosure, I had an epiphany last month as I was thinking about my budget. And I was like, okay, God, I know I can't afford a car payment. It's just, it doesn't work into my budget. I've been doing the budget for the last 12 years. It does not fit into my budget. And so my car payment is $292. And I know that my grocery budget is $300. I always pull out $300 for groceries and spread it out over the month. So I told the Lord, look at me telling the Lord, y'all better get me. Like, Shakema, that's not how this works. So I told the Lord, I said, okay, God, y'all, when I say that, it makes me laugh because, like, God's not listening to you. You're an idiot. I'm like, oh, God. But I said, in my big-mindedness, in my high-mindedness, I said, God, I'm going to do a pantry challenge this month. The kids and I are going to eat the meat. We got all that meat. It was a blessing. I got the meat. We've got pantry staples. I've got the garage pantry. We would have probably eaten most of that down. I said, but I won't get groceries this month. I'll use my grocery budget to pay my car payment. Problem solved. Bam. I should repent right now. And God said to me, you will get groceries this month. You will use your grocery budget and I will provide for the car. And I said, y'all, okay, God. And when I tell you that God has shown up, and not only did he show up, he showed out. And it's just the 2nd of April. Today is April the 2nd, and God showed up on the 1st. This is my conversation I'm having with God the week before. God, we don't have enough for groceries. I can't do groceries and the car payment. So in my Shakema-isms, when I first started the budget, the one thing I could control was the grocery budget. So if anything had to happen, it happened out of the grocery budget. And as you can tell, none of us have missed any meals. We around here right healthy and all the things. I'm doing Whole30 and haven't lost a pound. I haven't lost a pound in 30 days, y'all, okay? But we ain't lost no pounds. We ain't missed no meals. So I was thinking, I'm going to go back to the old way of doing it. And I'm just going to not buy groceries, God, and pay the car payment. And God said to me, and I promise y'all, he said this, you will buy groceries this month and I'll take care of the car. And it's April 2nd. And when I tell you that God showed up, he showed up, that thing slipped through so quick. And I was on the phone with my sister when the miracle, and it was a miracle because I had to adjust my eyes to make sure that I was seeing that thing correctly. I had to make sure I was seeing that thing right. And I told my sister, I was on the phone with my sister and I hollered. Y'all. I was at work. I was on the phone with my sister. She was on her way home from work. And I was sitting at work about to leave because it was latter part of the day. That miracle slid in and I hollered. I said, girl, what in the world? She's like, what's wrong? I said, let me look at this. Something right here just slid through my phone. And I'm looking. And I had to determine if that decimal point was in front of the zero or if the zeros was in front of the decimal point. And I said, my God, look at the Lord. Look at how he has blessed us. Look at how, and it wasn't what I needed for the car payment. It was exceedingly abundantly above all that I could ask or think. Because I hadn't even, and then my sister said, Shakema, I don't even know why you don't believe God, that he's going to take care of you. I said, I do believe God, but I never want to get so high-minded in the blessings that I feel like, I'm Shakema, God going to bless me. And that's the attitude in which I should, because I'm a king's kid, but I don't want to ever have that haughty spirit that, I am somebody, because I'm really not. The Bible tells me my righteousness is as filthy rags. And I have preached, and I ain't got to this budget yet, but I'm getting there, y'all. I need somebody to just stop right where you are, celebrate with Shakema, because the Lord has done. And I don't even think he's done doing, if that makes any sense, because I'm still waiting for the income taxes. I'm still waiting for the bonuses. Bonuses. That would be 3 bonuses because we're getting $500 additional onto what we got in our October budget, a bonus. And then we're getting the $1,000 in May. And then if the governors come through, that's another $2,000. So y'all, that's $3,500 that I hadn't even planned on. Plus somebody on the live the other night said, Shakema, don't forget July through December, you get something else for your kids. And I didn't even know that was coming. So look at God. Look at God just working it out. And then for homeschooling, we're changing homeschool curriculums for next year. So the homeschool curriculum for 10 months is going to be cheaper than it is for the curriculum I buy now by $400. So I'm cutting my budget in half, getting more support than what I've gotten this time. And I mean, I'm like, what I need to be, what I am is in awe of the Lord. Like, wow, God. Never like, yes, cuz. No, but like, wow. And I'll tell you this last thing before I jump into the budget. My sister said, Shakema, I always look at the name of people's ministries. And I wonder how they came up with that name, or does that ministry does that name represent their ministry and what they are and who, what they do? And she said, when I look at the name of your ministry, she said, it really is representative of you. She said, I have seen God just do some miraculous things in your life. And I didn't realize that a couple weeks back before I had gotten the car, my sister had prayed. I didn't make it to prayer that night because I didn't want to drive the car. So I didn't make it to prayer that night. My sister said, Shakema, they asked if somebody would pray over your car. And I decided to pray. And my sister, when she prays, she goes in and she said, God, I pray that you would supply her needs and the finances that she needs to pay for the car. And God is so honoring that prayer. And when I tell you that I am so overwhelmed in his goodness and his mercy, it's like, wow. Oh my gosh, look at how he loves me. And regardless of if it's finances, he still loves me. But he loves me in the way I need to be loved. To a hungry person, his love is food. So if you've been hungry and God provides food, you're like, oh my God, look at him. He loves me. My need right now is to pay off this car, and I need the finances to do it. And look at how God loves me. And so anywho, we're going to jump into this budget. I'm going to turn my computer around because I've rambled for the last 17 minutes. I apologize. And I'm going to share with you exactly what I budgeted for and then what I have paid out so far this week. Alrighty, you guys. So here is my MYMT personal budget worksheet. Now, again, remember, this is not my sheet. I found this doing a simple Google search. Didn't cost me anything, just automatic download. So if you look for this, the link is in the description box below. And it asks you to pay money, that's not the sheet that I'm using. This was as soon as you click on the link, it should automatically download into your down bar, and you should just be able to click it and open it. So I'm using this in Google Sheets. It's worked for me every single time. I think I've used this budget sheet now for the last 3 or 4 years, 3 years at least, maybe longer than that. So it has the income, it has all of your income expense categories in column A. It has a budget column B, and then it has an actual column C. So my income sources never change. Payroll deposits, some are shared, kids deposits, YouTube payments, travel reimbursement, unexpected gifts, monies, blessings, or funds transferred to give me my total income. Moving down, I have all of my expense categories. I have my living expenses to include my mortgage, electric, water, cell phone, internet, household repairs, homeowners, lawn care. I have my regular payments, which is the Roth IRA, which I'm doing Vanguard. And whoever recommended that I continue to put it in the Vanguard instead of the State Employees Credit Union, that is really good because the return in Vanguard is much higher than at the credit union. And I actually think that I'm going to move some money out of my Roth at the credit union into Vanguard. I'm going to see what their max allowance is. I have Amazon Prime. I just leave that up there in case I order anything. PureFlix, Healthways Gym, which I'm actually going to try to get back to the gym this week if I'm able. Life insurance, the kids' life insurance actually will come out in May. So I have life insurance on them through the credit union. I also have life insurance on them through my work. So that will come out on them in May. Taekwondo for the month. Jackson has a tournament, and he also has summer camp. So I've got to make some, I had to bump that up a little bit. $49 is for summer camp, and $55 is for the tournament. We're going to be in South Carolina this month. So that's what we're doing there. Homeschool, I always take out an amount for homeschool. Then Gracie, for my groceries, I'm doing groceries. I'm doing summer groceries as well as monthly prep. So you will see a prep video this month. Moving into personal expenses. Hair care is something we have. Doctor's visits. I do the chiropractor once a week. And then Jackson has an annual visit with the allergy doctor. The kids' accounts, we do their savings accounts. I always try to save some of their child support money. Recreation and travel or entertainment, that's for Alana's music lessons. And then the P.O. box. Then for gas, the car payment has now made its way onto the budget sheet. Then as a sinking fund, I have car insurance. I have my tithe. We give extra to my dad's ministry or another ministry. I want to save some this month if I'm able. And then for my virtual assistant. So let me go back up and go through these numbers because I did not. All right, so for living expenses, my mortgage is $960.42. The heating and air was $221.05. Again, some kind of way, I don't know how that transaction did not go through, but that was last month's bill at $119.15 or 51, $119.51, I think is what it was, plus $92, which is this month's bill, plus a little bit of a late fee. So it's paid now. Again, I don't know how that did not go through or how I didn't get my confirmation number or what have you. I'm always so busy just paying the bills. And I thought I printed it off. Guess I didn't, but it's paid now. We are all current. Water bill was $61.20. That has been paid. Cell phone bill is $113. Now, my cell phone bill includes the cost of my phone. So I think it was not last year, but latter half of 19. I found myself really needing a good camera. Just, hey, you need a better camera than what you have. I've been, filming on my phone. And so the new iPhone XRs came out. And I was like, okay, me and my son went over. We got the XR. It worked out. Well, what I've paid for the phone could have bought 2 cameras. I just wasn't thinking. So I am implementing a camera sinking fund so that I can make sure that I'm saving for a camera. So my cell phone bill will go down in 3 more payments because I'll be done paying for the phone. My son is also jumping off of my plan. He's going to be actually getting his own plan. He's moved out of state. And so one of the reasons why my son was on most of my stuff is because when he was in the military, if he had gotten deployed or what have you, then I needed to make sure that I could pay his bills or do his business for him. So that's why I had him on most of my stuff, and I never had Shakema on anything, because if he would have, just that deployment, all of his stuff would have been stopped and he couldn't have paid bills or whatever. And I just said, well, hey, let's share. You can be on mom's. And in that way, if anything needed to happen as far as taking care of business for him, then I was able to do it. He doesn't have a wife, so there it is. Internet is $79.99. This month, Mr. Jerome comes back. He's going to do 2 cuts for me each month, so that's $100. I put in for my sinking fund for Vanguard, $50. That, of course, will come out of YouTube AdSense. Moving down, PureFlix will be $25. Now, this will be the last month that we'll do PureFlix at $25 because that'll get me my $99. It'll be $100. And then starting in May, we'll break that $100 down and it will be less per month. Like, $8 or $9 per month that I'll be saving. I'm in a quick savings for PureFlix because I started late. Healthways Gym, $25. Taekwondo, again, $404. And the reason being is tuition is $300 for the kids. Camp deposit is $49. And then we have a tournament at $55. And I will have to pay that. Homeschool curriculum, $90. I take $22.50 out each time. $40 for Gracie. Of course, that's a sinking fund. Moving down for groceries, I have $200 for the month. For regular groceries, which is $50 a week, I have $50 for summer grocery and $50 for stock up prep. So I will do a stock up prep video. I'll get it filmed today, but it'll come out at some point next week. Personal expenses. So personal care items, I usually just get those in my grocery budget. Hair care, $75 is what I allocate for that. The doctors and dentists for Jackson, his doctor's $80 and mine is $95. So it ends up being like $170. Oh, it's $85, $95 is $170. 180, let me see. 80, I should say $175. Sorry, $175. Kids savings is at $200. For Alana's music lessons, it's $140. Then, of course, for the P.O. box, but we have that already saved up. Gas, I put at $200. The car payment is at $292. Sinking fund for the car insurance is $84. Moving down, tithe is $500. $30 is for the ministry. $250 is what I want to save to baby step number 3. And then $101 is what I send to my virtual assistant. Now, I'm going to go back up to the actual because we have had some things come in and I've also paid out some stuff. So my regular paycheck was $2,943.05. That is what came in. Moving down, so when I was telling you guys about the miracle, I received a blessing of $800. I mean, like, what? I mean, that thing took me by, it about took me out, y'all. And I had to ask my sister, I said, am I seeing that zero in the right space? She was like, yeah, girl, honey. Because I thought it was $80. And praise God for $80. But remember, God said, I'm going to take care of the car payment and you're going to get groceries. So I'll tell you how I'm allocating for that in just a few minutes. That gave me a total income of $3,743.05. Moving down, what has already come out so far, I've paid the mortgage at $960.42. We've paid the electric at $221.05. I paid the water bill at $61.20. Haven't paid the cell phone bill yet. Don't plan to pay that for a couple of, it doesn't come out till like the 11th, so I'll pay it by then. Internet, $79.99, that has been paid. Lawn care, I actually did not take that money out yet because I was so tight in my budget. So I had actually filled this sheet in before I went to the bank. But I was thinking, you know what? Let me not take that money out because Miss Jerome's going to come every other week. So, you know, I can pay for one cut and then I can pay for the other. So I didn't take that out. I have to go back and adjust that to say $0. Vanguard, of course, is $50 and that'll come out of sinking funds. PureFlix hasn't come out yet at $25. Healthways Gym at $25. I have paid $300 to the Taekwondo tuition. Now I'm waiting for child support money to come in before I pay the camp fee, which will be next. And then I will pay the tournament fee at $55. Sinking fund for the homeschool curriculum, again, $22.50 comes out of every time Dad sends, if it's the $216.46, which is usually the weekly amount. So I'll take $22.50 out of that. Gracie's money will come out of Google AdSense. Now, groceries, it says $420, and I only allocated for $200. So when that $800 came in, my choice was to take, I put $80 went to tithe. We don't play no games, right? So that went to tithe. That left $720 left. $500 of that is going to the car, and $200 of that is going to be for a grocery stock up as well as the garden, because I still have to figure out how to get the garden started. I need to start the garden, but there's no money to start the garden. So I'm going to take, out of that $220, I'm probably going to take $50 to $60, probably $60 to get some more soil and to get some seed for the garden. I have 3 raised beds out there, and I've got a couple of swimming pools, which I'm going to alternate rotate radishes in. So I've got some plans for the garden, but $60 will go for the garden, and then $120 will go for an additional grocery stock up because the kids and I are home for spring break. Moving down, summer groceries, I do have my $50 in my monthly meal preps, or my monthly preps will be $50. Moving down into personal care. Now, hair care usually is just $20 for mom, $40 for sister to get her hair done, and $15 for Jackson, which is $75. Well, this month I've gone straight. I've taken the curls out, And so for me to get my hair done, it was an extra $45. So $65 for me, $40 for Alana, and then $15 for Jackson, which ended up being $120. Now that's just a one-time. When I go back to get it done next month, it won't be as expensive. Doctor's visits, of course, I haven't paid for any of that. For her music lessons, I have gone ahead and taken the money out, but I think this is going to be a little bit cheaper. I think we have a credit on the books, but I just took it out anyway, just in case. For gas, because I knew it was going to be tight, I only took out $100 so far for gas. Next week is spring break, so I'm not driving to work, even though I do have to go to Taekwondo. So that's not going to be any problem. I'm just driving from home to Taekwondo, from Taekwondo to home. Boom, done. Moving down, the car replacement, okay, that $500 that came out of that blessing of $800, that's going towards the car, so into the car fund. Of course, my tithe is off of my paycheck plus the blessing, $580, and then that is all that we have paid out so far. So I needed to cover expenses, $4,526.66. That would cover the expense that I have. So far, I have brought in $3,682.66. That gives me a $60.39 overage so far, but there's still some bills yet unpaid. However, I still have child support that will come in and Google AdSense that will come in, plus my taxes, plus my bonus at the end of the, you know what I'm saying? There's some other stuff that have to come in. So we're still going to be good, I believe. We're only $900 off here, and that would be the amount that we normally get for child support. Plus the amount, even if we count in the $600 that we got last month for YouTube, I should still be able to make all the bills. It's just going to take me time this time. So you guys, I feel like I'm just kind of all over the place with this budget, but I was so excited about what the Lord has done for us and is doing for us. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think everything on here is what should be. I did have an extra $100 that I put into the car fund. Plus, I had some additional monies come in March that I put towards the car fund. So, I mean, the car fund is going to be looking right here in a minute. As soon as that money funnels over from PayPal, I mean, we're going to be right, y'all. And I believe that God is just blessing me. I believe that God is this is my season for blessing. This is my season. I know people think I'm crazy. Like, she cried over everything. Y'all, this is my season. When I look over my life and I think about where God has me right now, you can't tell me. There's nothing you can say that will convince me that God is not blessing. And he's always blessed me. But I feel like this is my time. Time for what? I don't know. But it's I'm not where I used to be, and that struggle would be so hard. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have additional struggles, because in the past 3 months, I have been going through some things, just personal things, and questioning God, and are you sure? And did you say? And but this is it's my time. I'm reading a book now by Dr. Miles Monroe, and it is on dating. It's on dating. I would love to date. I would love to date someone so I can meet my husband and marry. So you got to date in order for that to happen. But it's called Waiting and Dating. And as I go through the book and I'm reading it, just some of the things that Dr. Miles Monroe talks about as far as being ready to date. And I'm checking the boxes. I'm like, God, I am here. And God, yes. Ooh, that's me. You know what I'm saying? So I think things are lining up for me so that I am getting in order. I'm getting in line. I do know some people are praying for me and for that desire of my heart, because it is a desire. And I appreciate all the prayers. I appreciate all the prayers of people that pray for me and the kids with our budget, because it is a serious situation when you're a single mom and you're trying to do it all. I had a grumpy mom moment yesterday, and I rarely have those. But I was like, I'm done with kids. I'm done with people. I'm done because everybody is pulling and you got to do this and you got to do that. And and I'm like, okay, you've had your moment. Now get over it, because this is who I am all the time. All the time. This is me. This is Shakema. And I'm thankful for this girl than that girl I used to be back then. So there it is, you guys. The budget so far for the month. It's looking good. God is blessing. I'm expectant. I'm really expectant about what God is going to do. I can't wait to bring you along on those payments when I make those payments for the car, to let you guys know, hey, this is what we have done and we're living our best life. So it's great. Anywho, there it is. If you have any questions about the budget, please feel free to leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you're doing to meet your financial goals. Let us know how things are looking. If you need a word of encouragement, just put something down in the comments and just let us know. Hey, we'll encourage you. We all got to encourage one another. Some people are saying, I'm trying to get a car. I've just bought a car and I just paid up. Listen, all that encouragement helps all of us. It helps all of us. So don't think that I'm above anybody or so far ahead. I'm not. I'm just trying to run my race however I can. And some people I'm going to pass, and some people going to pass me while I'm on a water break. So we just going to keep on running together, and we're going to get to that finish line at some point. So I thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you like this video, please be sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We'd love to keep you as a part of our YouTube community. Hit that little bell. That way you never miss an upload from us. We are so amazed at how God has connected all of us together. We love you guys. There's nothing you can do about it. And we'll see you next time. Bye now.